Hello there. You are onto the Man-to-Man Session podcast. We raise kings to embrace their masculinity and amplify their influence in the society. Welcome. The Man-to-Man Session podcast is about to begin.
Yeah, hello guys. Welcome to another episode on the M2M session. Guys, I really want to encourage you, and I'm also speaking to myself, right? Like, I want to encourage us to learn to talk about our challenges. Let's learn to speak up, right? Yeah, as guys, we like going into our cave. A man is not is what was not in. Well, I wouldn't want to say that a man was not wired to talk about his challenges, right? Because I mean, at the end of the day, who does the wiring, right? Are we the ones or it's our creator, right? So, but you know, so rather, what I would say is, we've as men, we've grown to accept that it's not a norm for us to talk about our challenges. So when we are faced with a challenge, we would rather shut people out and then we go back to our cave and then we find a way to solve it, you know. But I want to encourage us to learn to talk about it. Personally, for me, it's something I'm also speaking to myself about, right? Because I mean, what I'm about to say now, I wouldn't have said it. I would have eventually waited until okay when I've solved it before I talk about it. But there's something that happens when you talk about it in the moment, right? There's something that happens when you talk about it in the moment. And this is not just talking to yourself about it, this is finding a close accountability partner to talk about it in the moment, right? It helps lighten the weights that you are carrying. So, um, yeah, I know you guys must have probably noticed that for a while I've not been online, and in as much as I want to take responsibility for that, um, you know, a couple of weeks back, prior to my not being online, my phone got bad. Yeah, my smartphone spoiled, and I had told you guys earlier this year that I had relocated from where I was before. I was previously in I'm in Nigeria, right? I'm currently in Nigeria. I was in Asaba Delta State, so I had to relocate to Lagos, Nigeria, and it's really been challenging, you know, relocating down here. But don't worry, there will be another session where I'll eventually talk about the difficulties I've had to face moving down to Lagos. So, but moving down here, having to, live with like having to live with different persons until I'm able to get a new job, start afresh, save up, and then pay for an apartment before you even talk about moving in, right? So I'm okay. I'm about to move into my apartment, right? I just paid for it. So I had priorities, right? So setting my priorities straight meant that these are the things that I'm going to focus on now. So when my phone got bad, that wasn't a priority. In fact, fixing the phone wasn't a priority. Really, it wasn't, because I can't really be diverting. It's important, right? But okay, no, I wouldn't say it in. Well, okay. So on a priority matrix, right? You have to learn how you actually identify if some things are important or if some things are urgent or if some things are important and urgent or if some things are urgent but not important. Right. So for me, the house, getting an apartment and setting up some things got that priority over a phone. So not having a phone, I mean, it really it has. Let me not say it has limited me in a lot of things. Number one, it has affected my work pace, right? I mean, I work in a digital marketing agency. I'm basically a marketing performance executive. So, I need to access digital tools online, and some of them I had already linked them up to my smartphone. So it's really it has really been difficult getting access to that, you know. And of course, recording podcasts, promoting, coming online. It's really been difficult. In fact, like I'm just going to say this off the chat. I'm just going to say this off the chat, right? There were episodes that I had already recorded on my phone, right? It's easier for me recording on the phone and then moving it onto my system, right? Because I mean sometimes I can just be in anywhere with someone and then we record. So there's some episode I recorded, it was just left to edit it and then flight it, schedule it, and then it goes on air. And then there as well as some script that I had written as well in the phone, and everything got you know the phone got bad, everything got bad alongside with it. And trust me, I tried recovering some things, and you know, at a point, in fact, thinking about it in the moment when it happened, I was about to go into depression. I'm actually an overthinker, so I was this close to getting into depression. Really, I was this close to getting into depression, but I just had to take my mind away from it. Right, even currently, I really try my best not to think about it so much. Right. So, but yeah, so that's just that. So, guys, um, Father's Day is on Sunday. We are 2 days away from Father's Day. Please, I want to encourage every single one of you. Take out time to encourage your dad. Take out time to encourage your father. Don't just encourage your father. Send a love message. Send a message to him. Appreciate him. Right? If it's late or blessed memories, still say something nice of him. If you have a father figure in your life, go ahead and appreciate him. Let's celebrate every father out there, because you would if you're living on your own, if you moved out of your father's house and you are not yet married, or probably you're married, you should actually come to realize how hard and how difficult it is to be a father, to shoulder all the responsibilities. Don't worry, on Sunday I'll get to share some insight on that. Yes, you guys can probably stay tuned on that. So, um, right here today, right, um, I'm going to be talking to us about direction. Direction. I did not say direction. Yeah, I didn't say direction. I said direction. So if you wrote that on your notes, if you wrote DI, let me spell it for you. DI, capital letter ERECION. You can just go ahead and cross off the I. Yeah. So I was in a public transport the other day. Which day? I think about like three days or 4 days back, thereabout. And there was this man. He sat beside me, and I just couldn't help but notice, um, kind of like his drop, guys. Kind of like his drop into his conversation, and he was on Facebook, back and forth on WhatsApp, and there was this other girl on the other end. He was telling her how he likes her, that how she's pretty. I mean, the man went all out. He was like wooing the girl already. He was already wooing her. God had contact on Facebook, went to WhatsApp, telling her he wants to be a friend, he likes her, she's pretty, he starting up, and the rest. And I looked at his right hand, and I noticed he was wearing a wedding band. Yeah, he's married. But not just that. When he went on WhatsApp and he saw the lady's status, her profile picture, sorry, not status. There were two girls on the picture, and he asked her, "Those your daughters?" And she said yes. And immediately he switched from being the all flirty guy, and he switched into, ah, God will protect them. God will keep them safe. No harm will come to them in the name of Jesus. And guess what happened next? He went offline and turned off his data. And I could sense that at that moment he was disappointed that, you know, she's a mom. Probably he doesn't do moms. Probably he doesn't do fellow married women. He does single. But why am I driving at this? I'm not judging him, I'm not condemning him, I'm not faulting him. Because I mean, I usually ask myself sometimes, if I were to be in his shoes, would I do any different? And let's be frank, guys. Let's not lie to ourselves. Many of us do that. Many of us, we don't think twice before getting ourselves into a situation that we would probably be double dating if we are not yet married, or we would find ourselves in a situation where we would be cheating on our spouse or on our fiance. We don't sometimes, right? Really, we don't. And you know, most times, right? Most times our fiance or our spouse or our girlfriend usually requires faithfulness and commitment from us. But it looks like nobody is talking about faithfulness and commitment in this generation anymore. It looks like, let's just close the gap on that. Let's talk about something else. You know. So right now, the direction of every man is being propelled by his erection. So when you see a fine girl, or when you feel like having sex, when your body is doing you anyhow, when you're all in the mood, your erection determines your direction. Really, should it be so? Is that how it actually ought to be? Well, it's not. And you would agree with me that that's not the way it's supposed to be, right? That's really not the way it's supposed to be. Because sometimes when we are done with this, we feel dirty inside. It's like watching pornography that you didn't intend to watch, and then you're like, how did I get here? But yet again, you can't stop yourself. It's everything. Wow, could this really be another addiction? Could it be that being led by our erection has a possibility of becoming an addiction? More or less like a sex addiction or a flirt addiction. You just can't help it but flirt with girls. You just can't help it but, want to have numerous girls. Just can't help it but want to sleep with numerous girls. But, just want to get into their pants. Well, if it is another addiction, we would investigate into it. I want to find a solution to it. Yeah. So what's guiding your direction? Is it your vision for your life, or is it your erection? Sometimes we confuse this, and our vision for our life becomes in the moment. And your vision, you know, see, let's be frank, right? I mean, there are people that their vision in this life is to sleep with every girl in the world. You know that song that says, "I wish I could every girl in the world. I wish I could every girl in the world. I wish I could." You know what? You know what's in between now? No. Yeah, sorry. I'm trying not to use the vulgar words, right? Yeah, try not to use the vulgar words, right? So some of us, some people, that's their vision in this life. Just want to have sex. Like really, you don't have any vision in this life. That's why they gave birth to you. That's why they born you. They born you into this world to be sleeping with girls. That's your life goal. There's something wrong with you. You just want to be distributing sperm everywhere. You, you're like a community man. You're doing pet projects. Guys, guys. If like so, guys, I like how is the how is the weather over there? Like for those of you in other countries, I know I have listeners from Philippines. I know I have listeners from the United States. I know I have listeners from South Africa. I have listeners from Malaysia and Canada. So how is the weather over there? But for those of you in Nigeria, how is the weather treating you? Like and really beyond the weather, it feels like somebody just put on the tempo on our urges. Like I don't know if it's just me. It is not just me, so that nobody would make me feel like I'm the only one. It is not just me. I have asked around. There are there are people that have asked, and you could see it in their faces. They are trying to pretend like I know they do. No, 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 no. The weather is that. Hey, see, it is weather for two. If you like, call it weather. If you like, say it is weather for coffee. You are deceiving yourself. It is weather. It is what we call weather for two, but you better be careful because it looks like this period, someone somewhere, I don't know where, just went behind and turned up the heat and turned up the tempo on human emotions, on human erection, on okay, no, let me not say human erection, on male on human urges. So it looks like this the sexual urges have been heightened. It's like they just increase the volume on our sexual urges this period. Damn. You're in the bus, you're in the cab, you're in the public transport, boom. You're just on bed, trying to get work finished. Bam. You're in the office trying to concentrate. Bam. You're going out for lunch. What? Like what's going on? What's going on here? What's going on here? Can someone help us and reduce the tempo, please? Ah, please, guys, wherever you are, stay safe out there. And I mean it. I mean it to the literal word. Stay safe this period. Stay safe this period. If you're having sex, you know which one is if you're having. I know you will be having sexual urges. No matter the level you're feeling, stay safe. Whatever safe may mean for you, right? If safe for you means abstinence, stay safe. If safe for you means using a protection while having sex, please at all costs stay safe. If safe for you means avoiding um, sexually influenced movies with sex scenes, stay safe. If safe for you means avoiding porn, stay safe. If safe for you means not chatting with any girl that you won't be tempted to inviting her to your house, stay safe. Whatever safe means for you at this period, please say safe. If safe for you means being faithful in your relationship, safe. As much as possible, while you're staying safe, ensure that your erection is not giving you the direction because that would be a wrong way to go. No matter how the urges are feeling, you're not alone. You're not alone, right? Every other person is feeling the same way. But for some of you, in 9 months, you would tell. For some of you, what would be. For some of you, planning to get married this period, or some of you who are getting married this period, good kudos and congratulations to you. You just received a license to, you know, um, sex. What's the word now? What's the word I'm going to use? Sex sporadic, uncontrollably, legally, no holds bar, as you like. For those of us that are still single, please stay safe. You know what am I saying? Even those of you who are married, please, guys, if you're married, stay safe. Because if you're not around your wife this period, man, you gotta stay safe. Safe for you might mean calling her and say, baby girl, you gotta go, you gotta come over here right now. Or staying safe for you maybe, it's weekend. I gotta travel back to my woman. Staying safe for you might mean avoiding those young girls. Whatever staying safe for you would be, please at all costs stay safe and don't allow your erection to determine your direction. So guys, that'll be all from me right now. And remember, on Sunday is Father's Day. Please go out there on social media, celebrate your father, right? Celebrate the father figure in your life. Hashtag Father's Day, hashtag Happy Father's Day, hashtag, should I say hashtag session? Yeah. I almost forgot. Guys, we are also in the period of International Men's Health Week. Nobody gets to talk about this. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? Next week's episode, we are going to have an health expert who would come on board and he will get to talk to us, right? So I'm going to open a poll in this podcast session right now. Spotify has made it easy for me to get comments from every single one of you. So what would you want? What would you like us? So I'm giving you the option now to determine and to select. Tell me what you feel we should talk about. And I'm going to invite a health expert and we're going to talk about it in the next episode, right? What would you want us to talk about regarding health? Top of my mind is, the topic coming to my mind is sperm count, right? Another topic could be anything. That's just what's on my head. And if I don't get other responses, that's what we'll eventually talk about. But if you have something else you want us to talk about as it regards men's health, you know, let me hear in the comment section, right, in the poll, right? So I'm going to open an answer section right now, so drop it, right? And then also, please do well. Follow us on social media. We are now on social media. M2M session is now on social media. We are now on Instagram, right? You can please follow us on Instagram. If you're on Facebook, like our page M2M session, right? If you're on YouTube, right, go and find us on YouTube. We would be creating a channel on YouTube soon, right? So you can get access to us on YouTube as well. So guys, till I come your way next time again, I remind my humble self. Before I close, remember I say that I'm going to be having a co-host on board soon, right? I will be introducing him soon, and we will be starting with the confession series, part 2, the confession of a young man 2.0. Stay tuned till I come your way again next time. I remain your beautiful, handsome, amazing, thought provoking host AI. Cheers.